Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to capture website form leads into ERPNext automatically. So let's suppose I'm running a business and I'm collecting all my leads using my website form. Now I want that whenever I capture a new lead, it should be automatically created as a lead in my ERPNext account. Now doing this manually will consume a lot of my time, and that's why I'm completely going to automate this process using Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation and integration software which requires no coding or programming skills. Here I just need to build connection between Webbook by Pabbly or my website form and then ERPNext. With the help of Pabbly Connect, I am going to build this connection in such a manner that whenever I am going to receive a new form submission from my website form, I am automatically going to create a lead in my ERPNext account. Now if you want to learn the step-by-step process, then let me take you all to my screen. So here in this video, I'm going to show you how I have created this wonderful automation using Pabbly Connect. I've built the connection between my website form and ERPNext using Pabbly Connect. We are going to check this once whether it is working fine or not. For that, I will be opening my form. I will be doing the form submission, and as soon as I do this form submission, this lead should be created in my ERPNext account. So here I'm going to enter some dummy details. I'm going to enter my name as test lead. I'm going to enter the email address as test7259@pabblytudes.com, and then I will enter my phone number. So over here I'm going to enter my phone number. I'm going to click on the submit now. Here the form submission is done. I'm going to open this ERPNext and I'm going to refresh this page once, and here it is. Instantly we have created this test lead. If I open this, you can see that the email address is test7259@pabblytudes.com and the mobile number was this. The name was test lead. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run. And now to learn how to create this, let's start creating this from the beginning. So here in this video, I'm going to show you how you can connect your website form to ERPNext using Pabbly Connect. And for this, we are simply going to create integration between these two, my website form and ERPNext using Pabbly Connect. So this is the landing page of Pabbly, and you can visit this simply by typing pabbly.com in your browser. Now before we sign into our Pabbly account, let me quickly take you towards Pabbly community. So you can join this Pabbly community to connect with business owners, experts, and the Pabbly support team. You can share tips, ask questions, and get quick solutions to your automation challenges. You can stay updated on latest features and collaborate with thousands of users who help and support each other every day. Now, if you want to learn how you can join this community, then please check out the link given in the description. Let's move back towards Pabbly. After browsing this website, we need to sign into our Pabbly account. On the top right corner, we can see two options, sign in and sign up for free. If you are an existing user, click on the sign in, and if you are a new user, click on the sign up for free, and this will give you 100 tasks free on monthly basis. As I'm an existing user, I'll click on the sign in. And here all Pabbly apps page has appeared, which is showing me all the Pabbly applications. I'm going to click on this Pabbly Connect, access now. And here it has taken me towards this dashboard where I will be able to find all my workflows over here and all the folders which I've created over here. If you want to create a new folder, simply click on this plus icon, and from here you can create a new folder. For now, I want to create a new workflow, for which I need to click on this create workflow, and I need to select my workflow builder. We have this new beta, which is modern, faster, and more flexible one, and then we have this classic, which is a stable and a familiar approach. I'm going to select this new beta, and then I'll name this workflow as how to capture website form leads into ERPNext automatically. And now I'm going to select my folder. So these are the folders which have been created, and I'm going to select it as forms automation and then click on create. So here workflow created successfully. Now as soon as I click on create, this box has appeared in front of me where I need to enter my trigger application. So trigger is basically an event which starts the automation of a workflow. There can be only one trigger step in a workflow, but as many as action steps as you want. Here in this workflow, I want to capture my form submission to my ERPNext, which means whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, it will be automatically added as a lead in my ERPNext account, which means whenever I'm going to receive a new lead, this complete workflow here will get triggered, because trigger basically activates or triggers any workflow. Here in my trigger application, I'm going to take Webbook by Pabbly, using which I'm going to build the connection between my website form and Pabbly Connect, and then in my action application, I'm going to take ERPNext. So here in my trigger application, let me quickly take Webbook by Pabbly. And in my trigger event, I'm going to select it as Catch Webhook and then click on Connect. So now I need to make connection between Pabbly Connect and Webhook by Pabbly or my website form using this webhook URL which I'm provided. So to do this, I'm going to open the code which I have created for this form in a notepad, and then we are going to add this particular webhook URL over there. So I'm going to copy this webhook URL, and then I'm going to remove this webhook URL, paste it over here, and then I'm going to click on this file and then click on this save. So here I have added the new webhook URL which I have just copied from my workflow. Now I'll go back towards my workflow. And over here we can see this waiting for webhook response. Now I need to do a test submission in order to capture the webhook response in this workflow. For that I will be opening this form. I am going to refresh this once because we have just now added the new webhook URL, and I am going to enter some dummy details. Now as I enter these dummy details and submit this form, all these details should be automatically sent to my workflow. So here I am going to enter my name as Smart Lead, my email address as smart123pabbly.com, and then the phone number is this one. I'm going to click on this submit now. Here the form submission is done. I'm going to open my workflow, and here I have received the response. The name is Smart Lead, email address is smart123@pabbly.com, and this is the phone number. Now here, as soon as I've done the form submission, I received that response here in this workflow, and this shows the connection setup which we have created is working fine. And now whenever I'm going to receive a new form submission, I will start capturing that response here in this workflow. Moving on towards the next step, whenever I receive a new form submission, I want to add that to my ERPNext account. I'm going to click on this add new action step, and in my action application, I'll search for ERPNext. In my action event, I'm going to search for add lead and then click on connect. If you have an existing connection, go with save. If you don't have one, click on this add new connection, then click on this connect with ERPNext. Now over here, I need to enter the ERPNext base URL, the client ID and the client secret. To get these details, I am going to click on the hyperlink and I will be landed towards the forum page of Pabbly. Now over here, the step-by-step process is given of how I can generate this client ID and client secret. So I am going to follow the same process. I am going to go towards the integration auth client. So I am going to open my ERPNext account. On the left hand side where you can see all these options, I am going to click on the integrations and then click on this auth client. Over here, I'm simply going to click on this add auth client, and then I'm going to give the app name. So I'm going to give the app name as integration. Then in this allowed rules, I'm going to select all. And then over here, I have to enter this redirect URL. So this is the redirect URL which is provided, which I need to copy and simply paste that over here and over here in this default redirect URL. Now after doing this much, I simply need to click on the save, and here this app client ID and the app client secret is provided. I'm simply going to copy this, paste it over here, and then I'm going to do the same for this client secret, copy and paste it over here, and then I'm going to enter this ERPNext base URL. So over here on the top you can see this base URL. I'm going to copy and paste it over here. I have to remove this slash. I'm simply going to click on this save, and here I'm going to grant away the permission by clicking on this allow, and here ERPNext is connected to Pabbly Connect. Now I need to enter these details. Now over here, I am not going to enter these details manually like this. Instead, I'm going to use a method called mapping, which means I'm going to enter the data from the previous response. I've received the response from this webhook by Pabbly, and when I click on this field, I can see this webhook by Pabbly. When I click on this, I can see all the response which I have received from there. I'm going to enter the first name, but over here you can see that I have received the full name. So I'm going to first format this full name. I'm going to enter something in the important fields, and then I'm going to save this. Now I'm going to click on this add new action step, and then I'm going to search for text formatter by Pabbly. In my action event, I'm going to select it as split text and then click on connect. So over here in this text to split, I want to split the name. In the separator, I'm going to enter the space. So the first name will be separated with the last name. In the segment index, I'm going to select it as all and then save and send. So here the smart has been separated with the lead, and now I can easily map this. So I'm going to open this ERP step. I'm going to map the first name which I have captured from the text formatter step. So the name was Smart, the last name was Lead, and then the full name was this. The lead status was, I'm going to keep it as Lead. The email ID was this one, smart123@pabblytutor.com, and the phone number was this. If you have received the response for these fields, you can enter that. I have received the response for only these fields, so I'm going to skip this. In the qualified status, I'm going to keep it as in process. Now over here, mapping is important so that every time you receive a new response, it is taken into consideration in this field. Manually entering the data will make this field static and the information will not change even when you receive the new response. Over here, if I manually enter any detail, this field will become static, and every time I receive a new response, the result will not change. So as to keep this field dynamic, we use this process mapping instead of manually entering the details. After entering all these details, I'm simply going to click on Save and Send Test Request. And here I have received the response, and this response is a positive one. I'm going to open my ERPNext account. And from here, I have to click on the CRM. I'm going to go to the CRM, and from here, you can see this reports. I'm going to click on this lead details, and here it is. We have created this smart lead. So if I open this, you can see all the details. The phone number was this 82821, and the email address was smart123@pabblytutor.com. So now to summarize, we took Webbook by Pabbly as a trigger application where we made connection with Pabbly Connect. We received the new form submission, and then we wanted to add that to ERPNext. We took ERPNext as an action application, made connection with Pabbly Connect, entered all the required details, executed this workflow, and finally created this as a lead in my ERPNext account. So this is how this automation workflow is going to run, and here we have successfully created automation between this Webbook by Pabbly and ERPNext using Pabbly Connect. I've attached the link of this workflow in the description so that you can check this out, and you can stay tuned to our channel for loading more such interesting automation. I hope you liked this video and understood this video very well. Thanks for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate many more applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any query, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issue, you can visit the website given over here. Also, if you find our videos helpful, do share it with your friends and like and subscribe to our channel.